I'll be very quick, hopefully. And so what you're seeing on this screen is what happened last year, right? Or for most part of the last year is we have this illusion that given an input, we can have larger model produce very interesting output for us. And a lot of time it's interesting, but then we realize it's not what we want. And what we find is that we can't just rely on large model to output the result alone and then believing it. And then what we want to do is then we want to decompose. Basically, if we use this process, we're treating large model, not only what large model is doing, but also the reasoning path of large model as a black box. And then people start to think that, okay, maybe we can actually elicit what is the reasoning process. And then that was what tree of thought, chain of thought, and graph of thought, and all those algorithms comes from. That basically tries to elicit the reasoning process of a large model so that we can understand it and we can even design it. And this comes to the new part of the new feature of Sherpa that we are actually working on, which is let you to define the reasoning path of a large model agent. And what we think about how people doing the reasoning is the reasoning itself is really just like a flow chart, which is very similar to the flow thing I think introduced in the previous demo. The idea is that at each step we can do some action, and we can also make decision. And the action can be done by the agent you are working, agent that is working on this task alone, or some other agent that basically enable its communication between different agents. And the first project we try to adopt this new feature on is the blog writer. The idea is that we have a transcript or even like any kind of document, and we want to, based on that document, write a blog post or any kind of like more structured format text from some unstructured document. For example, a transcript that basically records the speakers and the conversation between people. So as you can see here is this flow. I will not go very into details of it. If you're interested, you're more than welcome to come to the breakout room and we can discuss in detail of what this flow looks like. So let me actually demo the thing. So I will this to full screen. So I just run it. So currently is a command line app. So it's just starting, and so at the beginning to visualize what is called this flow is. So that basically corresponds to the diagram that I just showed before. So they'll ask me what I want to do. So because of the flow to write the blog post, so I want to write a blog post from the transcript. I can see my
could you
yeah, I can even see myself. Okay. So what it will do is that it will actually map the what we have right now into some kind of actions and then execute that action. So let me say, so for example, here it says that I want to write a blog post from the transcript, and because I say I see the transcript, so it asks me if I can read the outline that already generated for that transcript, but I don't think I actually have the transcript file. Let me say. Okay, so I haven't generated the outline file, so I will just rephrase my question again and say to execute the correct flow. So I want to write a blog post from a transcript file. Okay, so because now I'm saying I want to write it from a transcript file, it doesn't know which transcript it is, so it asks me to provide actually the transcript file so that I can it can start working from there. So I already have a transcript file called transcript.txt. I will show if you want to know what it is, just come to the breakout room, but it's just about larger model and something like that. So what will happen is it will start to generate the actions that I defined for it. For example, to generate a transcript, I want generate blog post from transcript, I wanted to chunk the document so that I break out the document into small pieces and can process each part so that fits into the context. It can generate some insights from it so that the insight would correspond to the main idea of the transcript, and then at the end of the outline, what the main idea of the file, and basically so that the blog post will follow this outline that's outlined here. So you can actually say a bit of outline here. So start from like AI systematic development. So simplify the problem solving, robustness, and effectiveness, and so on. So after this, everything is right down here. We have, so it asks me what you want to do next. So that's the time I can say, okay, now I generated the outline. I just want to continue writing. Okay. So it moves to so you can say like all those things I'm trying to ask you, even though I'm using natural language, it triggers actually a state transition that in each different places, even if I input the same thing, it will output, it will have different behavior. So for example, now I say already in continue writing, so I can say write this, so it will write the current outline, focus on the current outline. So write the current outline from based on the transcript. Say the action is selected, so it selected the right action. So it's the right draft of the outline, and the draft of the outline is shown here. So I can so I don't want to write it to a file, so I will say continue. I want to, so I'm kind of satisfied with the current part of this section, so I want to move on to the next outline. Okay, and then it moves to the next outline and say I want to continue writing again. So in this particular outline, let's see what this outline is. So it's about robustness. So I think I didn't really talk a lot about the robustness in the transcript. So I say I want to search about different aspects of AI robustness and write it to the outline. Okay, so you can see here that this actually triggers a Google search action, with basically refine the query and then start to search information from Google, and then use that particular information to write this part of the blog post. So now I write two sections. I'm kind of okay with it. So let's say I want to write it to a file. Okay, so it's about asking me to write a file. I want to which is the file name I want to save it. I just save it to auto.md so we can check it. So you ask me if I have anything I can help, so I'm done. And then this will basically finish the flow. So now if I check the output.md, so you can say there are two sections nicely generated for it. Of course, there are more sections that can be generated, but we haven't go into it yet. So the basic idea is that we let the large models help us, but not like the agent to help us, but not fully automated. Of course, in this case, in each of the decisions, I want to get some user like human feedback so that we can help the large model to make the best decision next. But of course, this decision itself can be automated as well, so that we can either have the flavors in the same flow. We can either have the flavor that the agent can interact with people, or the agent just operate